questions about a possible connection between Asia and the Grand Canyon. The mystery deepened as hieroglyphic tablets were discovered, suggesting ties to Egypt and the American Southwest. The Smithsonian's efforts led to extensive research, revealing vast chambers adorned with intricate artwork and even mummies preserved for centuries. However, this research was swiftly terminated, as access to this underground marvel was on government land. It's possible that the government preferred to keep this information from the public, altering our understanding of history. Today, we stand at a crossroads of history and mystery, leaving us to wonder about the significance of this subterranean civilization and its potential connection to Egypt and Asia.
I climbed to the center of the Great Pyramid, wild energy in there.
Okay, man.
Fucking vibrating, like, ooh.
Really?
It's fucking
like
weird.
You feel it?
Yeah.
Or is it just like
no, you feel it. You can almost
out because you're there?
No, you can almost hear it. It doesn't put off like a bad vibe or anything. It just feels like a...
Has been unique. Has been
What do you think about that?
I don't know if it's something that they did or something that Bill did. We know Bill wants to completely block out the sun. So I mean, like, there's no telling who did it or what it is. But check it out. This is the sun. Don't believe me? Watch this.
You see how it goes from yellow to white? Remember this commercial? All the stuff that's going on with the sun right now. If this commercial was still out, you guys would have figured out a lot. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. Comment, like.
Welcome back to the coolest channel on YouTube, man. Make sure y'all smash that like button. Let's get this video to 20,000 likes. It's an amazing video right here, man. But look, you already know how we do, man. Look, positive vibes only. You know, we only here to have discussions and stuff like that. Nobody knows 100% the truth, and make sure you always go out here, do your own research. This is just a cool space for people like us to get together and have dope conversations. Never forget that, though. And down below is the hieroglyphs. If they want to look back on this, they understand what we was talking about, just how stupid we were, or were we on to something? You feel me? But look, let's get into this video. Good vibes only. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. We're gonna start this one off with an OG clip.
Hi, I'm Fox San Antonio's Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities,
Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But
we are concerned about
balance.
one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and
False news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these stories simply aren't true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 You're going to go to school, you're going to get in debt, you're going to get a job, you're going to get a wife, divorce is coming, you're going to lose the house eventually, your job's shit, inflation's outpacing your wages, you're going to work, no one's going to appreciate it, now you're old and your life's over. That is the matrix for 99% of men, and you need to find a way to escape it.
Every couple of months, they let them blow off steam.
Luca!
Bueno. Piñu. Bueno. Piñu. Bueno.
Y'all catch it? Crazy.
We need to come together and do one thing: stop participating. And when we do that, the game is over. When we literally say Monday morning, we're not going to go to work. Imagine if 30 million people didn't go to work Monday. Imagine if 30 million people didn't buy gas on Monday. Imagine if 30 million people went to the bank on Monday and said, I want to withdraw all my money. They can't even give it to all 30 million because only 15% of the cash is available on hand at any given time. The rest is fake zeros and ones. That would collapse the banking system in one day. You see the power in that? You have the power. Well, we all have the power, but what's keeping us back from doing this? Fear. Oh my God, if I don't go to work, I'm going to get fired. And if they don't participate in it, and I'm the only one that doesn't show up for work, I'm going to lose out, and I'm not going to be able to pay my rent. I'm not going to be able to make my car payment, and so forth and so on. You see the trap they have us in? They have us in this system where we're afraid to work together. Man, we're brothers. We should be, link up. Let's do this together.
Now, children are exposed to education if their parents are wise and healthy, i.e. if their parents are wise men and wise women, children get educated. If they're not, they get indoctrinated. There's a big difference. Our education system teaches people what to think, not how to think. If you study the history of our education system, Ken Wilber goes into this quite deeply if you want a resource. Our education system is still the exact system that was developed by warlords and plantation owners to control slaves. It was developed specifically to keep the kids busy so they could get more work out of the slaves, more hours out of them, and to train the children not to be creative, not to think for themselves, and to follow orders. That is exactly what your education system is today.
Look, y'all, I sit here, I make these videos, but then when you sit down and actually just look at it, it's crazy, right? It's crazy, right? The same thing we've been talking about for the longest, like they program you to do these type of jobs. Like that's what I always believed. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all figure it out for yourselves. But all I'm doing is showing these videos and giving you something to think about. Be for real with you. That's why some kids don't excel in certain situations, and there's many different type of learners. Just this, they already know that there's different type of learners in school, but why would they sit a kid that, learns from hands-on and stuff like this in a classroom full of like 30 children, sit them in the back? That's like, and then that kid gets like a D and an F, they think that they're stupid, but the whole time they're more hands-on. It's just different type of learners. They don't even cater to that in school. And that's a big deal. So you got to think about the many other things that's affecting the children in these school systems and why most of us grew up a certain way, thinking a certain thing, like you have to get this job. They're just creating workers, drones, and PCs. It is what it is. But look, let's hop back into it, though. It's crazy. So you're not, see, if you got bad grades, you're not stupid. Most of y'all end up being like, crazy millionaires and stuff like that, We just all fit in different spaces in life, man. But it's okay to be different, too.
Levels of a pyramid. Here we are at the bottom level going about our daily lives. Above us is government. People who are given a monopoly on force and use it to tax and control us whether or not we agree. But who controls them? At the next level are the corporations. Many would say that it is now corporations and not nation states that rule the world. They call it a corporatocracy. To acquire the world's resources and control the markets, this corporatocracy must have access to cheap money. The big corporations get their loans at special rates from the big banks, which means that those who control the major banks, the moneyed elite, ultimately control the corporations. As I've followed the money, I've learned that almost everything I once believed about money is simply not true. When I followed the levels...
The world is living inside of a rat race, and here's how to know if you're a part of it. The rat race is when somebody repeats the same cycle over and over again for a common goal. It's almost like these people are racing to get it, which is why it's called the rat race. But the problem is, a lot of people don't realize this destination is actually leading them nowhere, because society is constructed to keep you blinded from what's actually going on. Whenever you leave the house, there's literally a distraction everywhere you look. And this is all designed to attract anybody a part of the rat race. There's literally signs and posters everywhere you look telling you what to do and what to buy. And Black Friday is one of the biggest examples of this. People will literally fight and damn near kill for something just because it has a discount. And when everything's said and done, all you did was walk away with a TV that barely even works. But the reason why people do this is because they buy things that feel happy. A lot of people actually believe that getting a nice car is the key to happiness. But once you realize you're just like everybody else and still a part of the rat race, that happiness starts to fade along with your desire for that materialistic thing that you thought was going to make you happy. So as long as you're tied down to this materialistic world, you will always be a part of this race. Even chasing money won't solve this issue, because you may think that money is going to be the key to your happiness, but in reality it's just a big trap that's meant to keep you enslaved, just like the rest of society. And the people that benefit from this rat race don't even know who you are. So break free from this rat race and become your own person. And if you want a full video on how to escape the rat race, share this video and comment 1111. Stay conscious and take your power back.
The way you can change is you have to put aside enough money to give yourself a window. And then you have to have a plan. And you have to spend all your waking hours outside of whatever shit job you do planning your escape. And you have to come to the realization very clearly that you fucked up and you got yourself stuck. So whatever you're doing, you have to do it like your life depends on it.
And think about it like this too. Look, my ancestors, right? We find out, you know, that slavery wasn't what you think it's not. It's just not. You know, they were just getting underpaid for certain jobs they were doing, right? So what do you think is happening? Slavery never ended. It changed to this. Why do you think they're able to sell our value on the stock market? That's the fact, right? It is a fact. Look it up. Go do your own research. You know, why do you think, you know, you don't get paid enough just so you can do it over and over and over and over and over again? But you're going to have a plan. You're going to have to go through really tough times in order to start to get your freedom back, and for you to feel that void that you've been feeling, you know, if you're not happy with where you're working at. Some people, this is what you're supposed to do, you know, do what you're doing right now. You feel fulfilled, right? But most people aren't fulfilled in what they're trying to do. And I'm just trying to open your eyes. You can become your own person and do what you really want to do, but you got to have faith in your process and your person, you know, and with your higher self, you know, and you can get through anything. Real talk. And your journey is not going to be the same as mine or nobody else's. It's on you. But believe in that and you'll start to manifest.
All they did was take what was ours, switch up the design by cutting off the capstone to the pyramid, which is our consciousness. Removed it from the temple. The crescent moon and star took off Islam. They put the Roman numerals down there. That right there in Roman numerals used to be our self-law and master, internal self-law and management. You put the Roman numerals together, mathematically, it spells out 1774. Novus Order Seclorum, New World Order. This is why the Prophet Noble Joe Ali said, go back to that state of mind of your ancient foremothers and forefathers. Ab antiqua. These ain't my words. Black Slog Dictionary, 4th edition. Ab antiqua. From old times? From ancient time? So hold up. Wait a minute. So ab antiqua means from ancient times. From old times. Who was on the planet first?
Where's the perfect triangle?
Right.
Well, if you have a dollar bill in your pocket, if you pull out a dollar bill, look on the back side of that dollar bill on the Great Seal of the United States of America is a pyramid that has the exact triangle on it that does exactly the same thing. The perimeter matches its area. And then if you cut it in half, it would be a right triangle. And that right triangle would be a 5, 12, 13 Pythagorean triple, right? It's the only one. And this is the one that matches the Atalanta Fusion's Philosopher's Stone.
Did you know money is the root of all evil? If you don't believe me, here's this video. Check this out. Let's go back to when Moses freed the slaves. The slaves were working for free for Pharaoh, right? So Moses freed them. So they created money for a new system for us to work as slaves for the money, but the money that they give us, we literally give right back to them with bills and all the stuff that we have to pay for, food, gas, everything we pay for literally goes right back to the people who gave it to us. And God didn't create money because Judas betrayed Jesus for 30 pellets of silver. And if you don't believe me, here's some verses for you. Why do you think Jesus got mad and flipped the table when he walked into the temple and saw all these people selling doves for money? On reaching Jerusalem, Jesus entered the temple courts and began driving out those who were buying and selling there. He overturned the tables of money changers and the benches of those stealing doves, and would not allow anyone to carry merchandise through the temple courts. As he taught them, he said, "It is not written, 'My house will be called a house of prayer for all nations,' but you have made it into a den of robbers." See anything there? Then he said, "Give back to Caesar's what is Caesar's and to God's what is God's." So obviously God didn't create money. He didn't create money. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Why do you think people kill people for money? Why do you think people steal for money? Why do you think people start fights for money? Really think about it. Judas gave up Jesus for money. So how did God create money? "What are you willing to give me if I deliver him to you?" Judas said. The chief priests, so they counted out for him 30 pieces of silver. So why would God create money to kill his own son? Really? It also says that when the devil was casted down, that he rules the whole world. Now is the judgment of this world. Now the ruler of this world will be cast out, like the devil was cast out. And I, if I am lifted up from the earth, will draw my peoples to myself. That's literally what Jesus said. Why do you think all the richest people in the world are the most selfish and the most meanest? Exactly. Really think about it. Because God didn't create money at all. We're living in an illusion. We're living in lies. We need to wake up. I mean, we shouldn't have to pay for food that is literally grown by the earth to provide for us. Follow for more.
Had to run this back so we can get a closer view on what's on top of the damn pyramid. Hopefully somebody could translate that, you know? It's crazy. You only see it at the top though.
I was talking to this pastor, and this pastor was like, "Y'all young people's finding out the secret." And I asked him, what secret is he talking about? He said, yes, America is Egypt. He was like, that's what the Seminole War was about, the Louisiana Purchase was about. And he was like, look up this map. It's called Tamari. And he said, y'all, it's Tamarikans. So I went to look up at the map, right? And I was amazed he was right. He was like, that's y'all true nationality. And he was like, when the Seminole War broke out, that's when they won and they took over America and started calling them Americans, and they spelt it different. And the Bible is based upon y'all. All pastors know this, Freemasonry know this, everybody know this.
Pyramid on the Nile in Northeast Africa doesn't have stair steps going up it. It doesn't have temples on top of its summits. They could not go and break through the boat on the temples atop those great pyramids. There are none there. And that was the clue that Egypt was writing about the Americans. And the deeper I got into the records, the clearer it got.
And why you see currently today, they even said this, like it was on the news, it's on TV and everything. They said the problem is African Americans. I wonder why. That's why I kept asking y'all in the previous videos. I wonder why. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that in the comments down below. Y'all know how we doing this channel right here. We have grown folk conversation, right? The appropriate way. I appreciate y'all. Let's keep going.
They started actually saying, and because Amen loved that land so much, he said it's his beloved land, and that word was Mary, the beloved, Mary, M-E-R-I, Mary. And the land, of course, as before, is Ta, the beloved land, Ta Mary. And they kept that name and just put the Ta on the end of it, so Ta Mary became a Mary Ta. We simply say America. We kept the name that Egypt gave to the Americans. So that was the big mystery behind that $10 million map that Martin Waldseemüller made and then put the name America on it in 1507. And then those who knew and those who were trying to hide things said, wait a minute, you can't put that name on here. And the next time you reprinted that map, it was off, it was gone. Because that's the name that Egypt had given the land.
Now you know your national.
So I got another theory for you guys, and this one involves the Grand Canyon. So, not gonna lie, I've been out of school for probably 13 years now, so I don't know what they teach in school, but whenever I was in school, I was taught that the Colorado River was what carved out the Grand Canyon. Yes, one river carved out this whole canyon. A river carved out the whole canyon. Now, that's what I was taught. Don't know if that's still being taught in schools or not, but that's the narrative.
Did they teach y'all that in school? Some of y'all don't remember shit, but look, you know, they damn sure didn't teach me that, but I did see it somewhere. I promise you. I think it might have been Discovery Channel or something like that, or Animal Planet. I don't know, something like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But that's crazy. Y'all let me know in the comments down below. What did they say about the how the mountains were formed by the Grand Canyon? Let me know in the comments. Let's get a consensus of what they said.
That I was presented with. Now,
because to me, the math it was never mathing with me. Like, I was just there, so I didn't get fined. You know, like, so I ain't get my ass whooped and my mama goddamn put me on punishment or something like that.
In school, I didn't have a reason to not believe it, but I still was kind of like, I don't see that happening. So, during my thought process, I began to think the other day, you know, why is it that there's only one Grand Canyon? Like, there's only one canyon to the size and capacity that the Grand Canyon that we know of, that's been carved out by a river. There's thousands and thousands of rivers all throughout the United States and even different continents and different parts of the world, right? I mean, you have the Amazon River, the Nile. I mean, in the States, you have the Mississippi, the Missouri, the Arkansas, all these different vast rivers, but yet there's only been one canyon that's carved out. Now, my thought process would be, if there's all these different rivers and they've been here the same length of time, wouldn't eventually we would have another Grand Canyon? Doesn't make a lot of sense. So then it got me thinking, you know what it kind of looks like? It looks like a rock quarry. I mean, you know, not to that size, but it kind of looks like stuff was carved out rather than a river carved it. So then that led down another rabbit hole, and then I came across this interesting find. This is in the Grand Canyon.
Come on now.
Those are doorways.
Those are doorways.
Where are they from? Who put them there? Who built them? Why are they there? Then I came across this. Pyramids in the Grand Canyon. What? I think that the Grand Canyon is, one, a lot different than what we've been told, and two, I think it was formed.
And then check this out, those doors that was down there, it was the same ones that were uncovered by the Euphrates, right? Just saying.
I mean, look at these Egyptian artifacts and pyramids that have been found. Take a second, pause, read some of these articles. But guys, there's been sphinxes, there's been mummies, there's been all kinds of different things found inside the Grand Canyon. So what are they really hiding? And why are there parts of the Grand Canyon that are off-site? Like, you can literally just Google this. There is so much information on stuff that they're finding. There's even, Hindu stuff. There's all kinds of different artifacts that they're finding in the Grand Canyon. What's going on? Guys, I think it's safe to say There was no river that carved out the Grand Canyon, and they're hiding a lot more than what they're telling us.
Just let it slip a little bit. Why is 90% of the Grand Canyon off limits? Well, they'll tell you it's for ecological reasons. Wrong, because U.S. military is literally on the rim, drilled into certain caverns that they identify through all their technical abilities, and extracted giant mummies. There's a legend that Mark Antony and Cleopatra, when they knew they were in big trouble with Rome, they sent their son Alexander Helios to the west with 50,000 of their most trusted servants, scientists, etc. And for the record, they absolutely knew how to circumnavigate the globe. The idea of isolationism was pretty much the foundation of the Smithsonian by John Wesley Powell. So in other words, it was important for the idea that nobody traveled any place to keep the false narrative going, because there's even evidence of the Chinese in the Grand Canyon and some of the caves, statues of Buddha, for instance.
Now, Forbidden History Revealed by Steve Quayle really talks about this man, John Wesley Powell, his comings, his goings. He operated on a premise. And his premise was that there is a certain historical narrative that we want to preserve for the Americas, and any other historical narrative we're going to hide away as quickly as we possibly can. Now, to say that is one thing. To see this is another thing indeed. Because when I watched your production, it suddenly became real. At the visceral level, this whole thing, and I said to myself, I now understand for the first time how all of the conspiratorial ideas that the world has had are locked together into one idea, and that is to hide biblical truth.
That is the conspiracy.
That's the bottom line.
And the word I was given by the people that fight the things that go bump in the night is that, remember, it's never what you see on the surface, but what's underneath. And so when we're talking about the history of the Grand Canyon, now this is what else is interesting, Gary. The giant mummies were taken to Area 51. And it's fascinating that Area 51 has gotten the, what would you say, the fame it has.
So were they taken there in a flying saucer?
Yes.
I just have to ask.
Yeah.
But no, I'm kidding. But I guess we need to laugh a little bit, because this is such a bizarre and dark motif. You almost have to just take a deep breath and look away once you begin to realize how we have been manipulated.
Well, and it's a matrix of manipulation, okay? It's like, imagine a giant tapestry where every thread is evil, where every thread is designed to deceive, to destroy, and then weave it all together, and I think you've got the end times. Now, again, the reason that this is so important, because in this DVD, I go into the eyewitness testimonies of the genetic altering and genetic engineering labs using giant DNA and basically creating hybrids and creatures. If you remember this, that even the rumors of the golden age of Atlantis and Hyperborea, Ultima Thule, Shangri-La, all of the, if you will, legendary mystical places, they even have in their oral tradition, or at least the legends about them, that they were destroyed by the gods, plural, when they got into genetic engineering. And that's interesting, because we're talking about a long time ago.
And we all remember the story in the Bible where Moses and Aaron go before Pharaoh. And Moses has the rod, the famous rod, and he throws it down before the Pharaoh in order to demonstrate the power of God. It turns into a serpent, basically putting the finger in Pharaoh's face. This is what you are. You're a serpent. And what happens? Pharaoh calls the wise men, the sorcerers, the magicians of Egypt, and they did in like manner with their enchantments. In other words, they threw down rods that turned into serpents as well. And so right here in Scripture, you have to believe it. If you believe Scripture, it is possible to transmute
That's what I'll be saying too. Like it's just a huge contradiction out here. People, you say you believe in the Bible, but they still say that, you know, there's no firmament. They say it's not. But aren't you supposed to believe the scripture, or you just want to believe what the fuck you want to believe because it makes you feel uncomfortable? But look, it is what it is, though. I just be having a hard time with that sometimes. I just don't get the hypocrisy. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that in the comments down below. We just gonna talk the truth.
An object.
No matter what background you come from, we don't care about none of that. What religion you are, none of that. We all one on this channel, so we don't care about that. You know, it's not about that. It's about hypocrisy.
It is not living into a living being through occult power, and my Bible says it. I believe it, and Moses confronted this power. Now that power, you're saying, has extended all.
With the
Egypt
crown
history.
We've been telling you we're from here.
in Sedona.
America's
Okay?
the real old world.
These things are real, you guys, and nobody's on here trying to make you believe it. You have to see these things for yourself. The lion heads are in Sedona.
And if you don't believe after this,
The rocks have been
you're
worn.
lost.
Look at the Olmec, the statue of the Olmecs in Sedona, you guys. Sedona, Arizona. Let me see if I can find something else that I thought would be more really interesting.
No, we ain't making
Singing
this shit
birds.
up.
These
Can't
are
make this
bird
up.
beings, you guys. Again, bird beings are in the rocks. These are ancient temples in Sedona from ancient Atlantis. They try to say that Atlantis is a fable, is a myth. No, it is not. It predates Kemet. Okay? Okay, queens and kings of Sedona, Atlantean queens and kings. These are the queens and kings of Atlantis. Okay? Carved within the rocks in Sedona.
They're not playing with us. Telling you the truth.
Right? King Zozar. Kings of Thunder Mountain. These ancient carvings have been worn over a millennia, right? You cannot deny this. When water wears on rocks, then the appearance of them disintegrates. Look at that face right there. We are here. We have been here. We didn't come from no daggone Africa. We have been in the United States. We are indigenous to the United States. Because the United States is Egypt.
Right.
And when I have the opportunity to go back to Sedona, look at this. When I have the opportunity to go back to Sedona, I will give you guys and I will go back on it. I will go back on this tour just to create live footage, live videos of these. Because this is for real. This is for real. Nobody playing like no games. Like we're not clout chasing. We trying to get you hip to your own fucking lineage. We're trying to make you aware of your power because they got you thinking that your power is somewhere across the ocean. No, it is not.
We're not even
your
from
power
there.
is right here in the United States. They have found.
We can't even get deported back to Africa because you can't even say back. I don't even know why I said back because it's just not a thing, you know. But they're our ancestors. They cool. We appreciate them.
Ancient relics, gold tablets within the Grand Canyon, and they don't want you to know this. The more they have you looking far away from yourself, the longer it would take for you to come and step into your true power. And ain't nobody on here debating with y'all. You don't have to believe this. You do not have to believe this, but it is the truth. Because I have seen this with my very own eyes. This is Thunder Rock. This is a temple. I stood on the mountain right across from this, and it's a ancient temple sitting right there in front of us. People go to Sedona all the time because they know this. People don't know this before our people know this. The Asians, they stay in Sedona. The Anglos, the Caucasians, they stay in Sedona because they know what's there. Do you understand? And it is us who are original from this place who don't even believe, right? Look at that we are from this land. This is our land.
There's something called the Osiris Shaft, which is located directly under the causeway between the Sphinx and the second pyramid. It goes about 100 feet underground. It's carved out of the limestone bedrock. It's the creepiest place I've ever been in my life. It's 3 different shafts, and you go down and you get to the 3rd level, which is completely dark and freaky. There was a side tunnel. Zahi Hawass himself, he's standing in front of this tunnel, and he says, it's yet to be explored. I don't know what's down there. They've since sealed it up. It's like cinder blocks. They sealed it up.
What?
Of course. It's the same thing, like they excavated the Sphinx and there was always said to be tunnels under there, and there was no pictures ever released to the public, and some dude snuck down in there and took some photos. You can't see much, but what you know is that there are things that have gone underground in Egypt that, for whatever reason, Joe, is just off limits to the public. There's something called the...
Have you ever heard of the underground Egyptian city in the Grand Canyon? Hidden within its vast expanse lies a secret carefully concealed from the pages of history. This is a tale of mystery, ancient civilizations, and cover-ups. Let's travel back to the early 20th century. An archaeologist named Mr. G.E. Kincaid from the Smithsonian Institution embarked on a journey that would lead him to an astonishing discovery. Setting off from Green River, Utah, Kincaid and his companion embarked on an expedition down the Colorado River, documenting the unexplored terrain. It was on April 5, 1909, that the Arizona Gazette published an extraordinary article that spoke of Kincaid's findings, a lost subterranean Egyptian city buried within the Grand Canyon. Yet, after this revelation, the story vanished into thin air, leaving us to wonder why. For more than 8 years, Kincaid dedicated his life to investigating this hidden city. The Smithsonian supported his quest, and he meticulously pieced together information that challenged conventional history. He described finding several passages branching out across these caves, leading to hundreds of chambers deep within the earth. These chambers held astonishing artifacts, including objects as hard as steel and tools that showcased a level of craftsmanship unparalleled by the era's standards. Kincaid's findings hinted at a civilization of Oriental origin, raising questions about a possible connection between Asia and the Grand Canyon. The mystery deepened as hieroglyphic tablets were discovered, suggesting ties to Egypt and the American Southwest. The Smithsonian's efforts led to extensive research, revealing vast chambers adorned with intricate artwork and even mummies preserved for centuries. However, this research was swiftly terminated, as access to this underground marvel was on government land. It's possible that the government preferred to keep this information from the public, altering our understanding of history. Today, we stand at a crossroads of history and mystery, leaving us to wonder about the significance of this subterranean civilization and its potential connection to Egypt and Asia. Have you ever heard?
You know, watch the words that they say though too as well. Like he's saying Egypt and Egypt. See, like they're preying on ignorance a lot too as well. You know, but they don't want to say Africa. They don't want to say Africa. They don't want to say that shit to connect us together, you know. But it is what it is though. You know, that's a lot of that's cap, but you got to read between the lines with this stuff, yo. It's crazy. Like, I don't want to say too much. We're going to keep letting this thing roll.
These guys used a jackhammer to open the Aztec.
Hey, look at the face on that thing. They know what that is. Look at that. Y'all know what that is, but at the same time, watch what they find on the inside here. Look how clean it is.
It's okay.
Look at it, already got lights in it. I know they ain't just open that and then renovate and then like, hey, we're gonna show niggas like. That's tight down there though.
tunnels for kilometers long, going underground through mountains to mountains all underground.
Shall we take this short?
When you start to look at this, it makes a lot of sense what Eddie Griffin was saying, though, right? Yeah, I remember that clip when he was saying that they stacked it with sand and they basically carved it out. You can see by the materials and everything in the inside, like it seems more realistic than what I've seen on National Geographic or some shit like that. Don't look like that stacked bricks that they carved through. Like a lot of sand, huh?
But what you will realize is that they have stone pillars stacked to build the top final building. How did they get them inside if the walls are only human-wide?
Amazing.
Think about it.
Cool. Now we're the first.
That's how you know the indoctrination work. We're complete fucking idiots at this point. I'm looking at this shit like, damn, I'm really trying to put together how they built this. Ain't we supposed to be the smart ones? They'd be very disappointed they figure out, say you don't reincarnate, we ain't never been here in that example, right? Your ancestors would be so embarrassed with our retarded asses at this point. You feel me? Like we need to get it together. Like what's some ideas? Do the sand thing with Eddie Griffin sound right to y'all in the comments down below? Or how did y'all think they put this together? Yo, we got to catch up. That's all I'm trying to say. Collectively, we got to catch up. They slowed us down a lot. Like, wow, how they get some big bricks in the inside? Crazy.
Has been unique. Has been.
But wait till the end. They find the alien artifact sculpture found inside.
Shall we take this short?
What do you think about that?
Just saying.
I climbed to the center of the Great Pyramid. Wild energy in there.
Okay, man.
Fucking vibrating. Like, ooh.
Really?
It's fucking
like
weird.
You feel it?
Yeah.
Or is it just like
no, you feel it. You can almost
out because you're there.
No, you can almost hear it. It doesn't put off like a bad vibe or anything. It just feels like electric in there. It's like, what is this? A fucking power station?
What is it?
Wow.
You're driving along an abandoned road. You see a giant door open in a mountain.
Oh, what is in this?
Do you go inside?
Now, a lot of people had mixed emotions about this video right here, but let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments down below. A lot of people was roasting the giant. Now, it'd be crazy. You think, oh, that's fake, and you go here and the giant pull up on your ass and slap the shit out you and twist your whole head off or some shit because he looked big. You know what I'm saying? Y'all talking about his jeans and everything, roasting him. He might have been, you know what I'm saying, having a bad day. You feel me? Like, I don't know, but y'all let me know how y'all feel about this clip right here though. But it's gonna lead into some stuff. He look stressed out. Oh, these motherfuckers done seen me in my drawers. Oh, I'ma fuck somebody up. That's what he said. That's exactly what he just did. Y'all know that feeling. Like, just saying.
This has left the internet speechless.
I ain't never thought I'd say this ever, but like, I'm trying to understand who put the ball in the hole. Who put the ball in the hole, man? Or did the hole put the ball in it? Let me know in the comments down below.
Just months after the tragic case of Andrew Dawson, another TikToker has posted a video claiming to see a giant open a massive door in the side of a mountain.
I know what I think it is, but it's 60 to 80 feet tall, 60 to 80 feet across at a wedge shape. All the other rocks have a different formation. This rock, this looks like it was just set in there. So you make your own decision on that. So we went and hid the truck, and we took off our hike up the hillside. We did hike the whole hillside to the very top of that. It was interesting, I'll say that. Some things happened on our way up there. It's kind of creeped me out a little bit. But once we got up there on our way back down, there were some things that happened, like we'll say a big limb just happened to randomly fall far, far away from a tree, and a huge rock rolled down the hill. And anybody that knows us knows my wife is very black and white, and if you listen carefully, you can hear what she says, and you can see her crying. So on our way back down, something happened, and we ended up running. Anybody that knows me knows that my old butt don't run. Anyways, will I go back? No. Will I take somebody else up there? No. I can tell everybody where it's at. If you DM me, I don't. That's about it. Anyways, we just been staying kind of low key. When I wake up in the morning and I'm going, this is what I run into. It's down the road. And then sometimes it's up the other side of the road. And sometimes it just follows me around town. And there's a white truck that does the same thing. I'm not feeding into conspiracy theory stuff. I'm just not that type of person. I have fun with it sometimes, but, you know, everybody can make their own decisions. I just wanted to jump on here and say to everybody, thank you. I'm alive and well. I will work on getting the video so I can post it. And let's go from there. Keep the adventures up, everybody. Keep going in the woods. Keep doing your thing. Everything's out there. It's a whole new world. Thank you.
Wow. All right, Night God folk. This shit went from 0 to 100 real quick. Being followed by the government already. He really didn't even see or post a video of any giant whatsoever. He's making staunch claims. Now, all they're doing by doing this is validating his claim in fact. I gotta give it to him though. This is a brave man right here. Still willing to give out the location to anybody who DMs him. Still willing to post a video. Bro, you are for the people. He did go ahead and post one more video on his account. Here it is. Watch the trees that are knocked down, the foliage. It looks like just something almost massive has gone through there. Just a hunch, just a theory. But check it out, y'all. All right, fam, here it is.
Everybody, so here's part 3 of the video. We are up here. We're going to hike down the road. We're going to get up there. We're going to get what we need to get done. It's about a mile back, 2 miles up or whatever. We got to cut across. Right now, the building's right above me. We got a bunch of people that are going to be with us. Most of them have dropped out on us. We did pass 2 white government trucks about 3 miles back. Kind of makes me wonder. But anyways, as of right now, the doorway is up there.
You know what the white trucks is? You in, right? I think they you in. I ain't gonna go hold you.
And what we're going to try to do is just get around there, get up there. I have my wife with me, so she'll be doing a lot of recording, and we'll just go from there. As of right now, we're going to head down the main road. And
I gotta say, Wifey is a trooper. Kudos. Look at all the foliage knocked down. The trees.
I'm not shaped for this. Okay, so we're almost at the top. Might be lifelike to get my old ass out of here. So let me flip you guys around. Right there. There's a big old flat spot. Right up there. It goes up over that way. Ready, babe? Let's get going.
She's like, nah.
You hear that? Yeah, but that was a big thump. Alright, so we're right. We gotta go right over there. So we just gotta get back on the trail, hit up that gigantic hill right there, cross over, and we're gonna start dropping down. If we can, I don't know if we can or not. But there's a big hefty trail that is running up through here though. Well, I say we're doing it. I'm almost to the top, start going down the other side. Wife over here. She's done. She's got her stop right there. She'll be sitting on that. Here we go. Alright, we made it up here. I'm gonna head over out there. See the wife decided to join me after I told her watch out for the cougars. Right now I think she's the only cougar up here, so.
Watch out for cougars.
Okay, well, we're here. This is just steep. And right here, we gotta go down there, cross through there. It is narrow and it's slick. This was slick right here. So we're gonna go back here a little bit, try to work our way right here. See if we can see. I know you want to leave. Did you hear that? Well, grind's not gonna help. Alright, we're up. There is just something. Anyway, we're gonna head down, and I'll make another date. Anybody who wants to come with me can come on the road. Come with me. Anyways, we're gonna start getting out here. Go ahead, babe. Let's go. I'm gonna go this way. Just follow the trail. I'm fine. I don't know what that was.
They're watching you, dog.
Go.
Oh shit. What? Alright, my people. The first thing we gotta do is talk about where he believes this entrance is. Just check out this said structure. You can see,
right there,
plain as day, it looks as though it's some sort of entrance into what was maybe at one time a temple of some sort. Take a look. You got one leg, another leg, almost as if it could have been some sort of sphinx-like creature. Who knows? But you can even see in the next pictures I'll show you, it looks as though there's something on top of said structure. And then there's your door. And I'll show you something about that here shortly. And let us not completely ignore the nostril, mouth, nostril, mouth. I don't know, maybe I'm reaching. But in these next images, I feel like this is all but a naturally forming structure.
You was reaching, but it's part of the process, my boy.
Just take a look. For one, the door. Check it out. The eye even has a nose and a mouth. I'll zoom in. There you have it. Eye. You can even see the start of one on the other side. Nostril, mouth. Now, does this look like a natural, normal, well, what we consider normal human to you? Or does it kind of resemble something else? Pointy chin, bigger eyes, small nose, small mouth. It almost looks extraterrestrial. Moving on. Notice the feathers on the sidewall there. It looks like rows of feathers. Again, if we take the time to really zoom into the structure and look at it, you can see possible head shape, along with many other odd-shaped structures surrounding it. I think we could come to the conclusion, and it's safe to say that this is all but a natural forming structure. Could be hundreds of thousands of years old. It is absolutely ancient. So I do believe that it's very, very possible this guy did see something that day. That door does open, but you either got to know what button to push or you got to be a giant strong enough to move it. And then, of course, where the eye hole is, you have a way to look out and see before you come out from underground. It's just very telling that it seems like government entities are now following this guy. I really hope he's safe. He really needs to err on the side of caution in this situation. It's not worth it.
Yeah, we got to think of something too. Like what happened with, look, when people actually find something and they get evidence of a real entity or whatever is going on, it seems like something always happened with some letter names, you know, like they mysteriously just pop up. Oh, we just been here the whole time, nigga. Like, you know, yeah, that should be crazy though, you know, but if you was in these situations, would you continue to post based on what you've been seeing? And the last guy that found something like a giant or something like that was reporting on it, and he had video footage of it, he actually got unalived. Well, he actually unalived right after those videos, and he posted strange videos like looking to the side like, oh, you know, everything was fake. But then he came back and said everything was, you know, real. And then that's when, you know, shit happened. You know, a lot of people be wanting people, oh, you would do this, you would do that. But really, honestly, ask yourself, if you are in these situations and they pressed you and you know what they do for a living, would you risk it for telling people, a bunch of people that's not even going to listen in the first place, or is going to take it for granted, and you actually check up out of here? We got to really think about that type of stuff. Let me know how y'all do in the comments down below, though. You know, everybody's tough, huh? Yeah, all right. But yeah, let's get back to it.
Hello everyone, Rudy here. Let's talk about the intriguing case of a mountain giant that was witnessed by TikToker user RBDCell. I've come across what I considered compelling evidence indicating that the mountain door has been in fact opened. By comparing a Google Street View image from 2013 with recent content, I observed a significant difference. The top picture sourced from a TikToker's drone footage shows the door depressed into the frame, while the 2013 Google Street View screenshot reveals the door pushed out. This contrast strongly suggests a noteworthy change in the door's position over time. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
Now, to let y'all know, he did disappear, right? This guy as well. He did disappear, but, you know, it could be a hoax. He could be out here actually trying to get clicks and views and be, you know, live out his wildest dream and getting views and stuff like that. That's some people's aspiration. But it could damn sure be real though, right?
This is a previous video that I posted. By now, everyone has seen this video, but this man in Oregon saw something similar. So to speed you up, a lot of people have been up there since his videos, and today someone took a drone up there which got immaculate footage. Let's take a look. To believe.
Check it out.
So you guys know how we
I ain't gonna hold y'all. It looked like a door to me. Like a door to me.
talk about how this sun feels and looks different. Well, Andre 3000 seems to know something because he's releasing a new album titled New Blue Sun this week. Have you guys ever heard of the Hopi prophecy? The Hopi prophecy states that the blue star Kachina is the ninth and final sign before the day of purification. This day of purification will manifest itself as catastrophes and holocausts surrounded all around the world. The blue star Kachina will indicate the coming of the beginning of the new world by publishing in a form of a blue star. By the Hopis, Kachina is a supernatural existence who symbolize and have charge over the various features of the natural world. The blue star Kachina is real. It continues from the spiritual world. It is also like a purifier to dislodge negative energy from the earth and beings. Now let me ask you a question. Does that look like a yellow star to you? Does that look like a yellow star to you? This is the sun. This is the sun. Does that look like a yellow star to you? No, this looks bright white. It is a bright white LED bulb. Now, where do they get the blue from? The blue star cappuccino? Well, did you know LED lights emit blue light? Did y'all know that? And I tell you guys all the time, art imitates life. Art imitates life. So this sun out here is no different from the light in your house. This is why it's shaped like the sun. It's cylindrical, just like the sun.
For years now, people have been like, the sun looks different, the sun looks different. It is different. Back when we were kids, the sun was literally yellow, but now it's like a strong white light. There's a reason for it. It's completely different.
And they say don't look at it like it's a flat white light. I've sat and looked at it. See, at one point in my life, I wasn't aware of what a download was. But the more that you get in tune with self and you start to raise your vibrations and learn how to travel through your, many different chakras, you get the bigger picture. Well, at least for myself. And I started to understand on a higher level. And that's how I've been able to show you outwardly what I'm capable of doing, and what I'm here for and what my purpose is. But yeah, man, that's a whole nother journey in itself. But looking at the sun is definitely a flat white color. How does it look to y'all? You can look at it. Like, well, put some glasses on, bro. My eyes is used to it. I can stare at the sun. Just for me. Nobody else do it.
I don't know if it's something that they did or something that Bill did. We know Bill wants to completely block out the sun. So, I mean, like, there's no telling who did it or what it is. But check it out. This is the sun. Don't believe me? Watch this.
You see how it goes from yellow to white? You see that, right?
The sun is literally like an LED now.
You see that? And when you zoom in, it changes different colors. Do y'all remember this commercial? All the stuff that's going on with the sun right now. If this commercial was still out, you guys would have figured out a lot. They know what time it is. He says, let's go. He said, let's go. You see it says sun, right? Literally a new sun, y'all. We literally have a new sun. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. Comment, like, share, follow for more. So what do y'all think? Follow me on my other social media accounts, especially my YouTube. Let's get this.
I mean, China already showed you that they shooting fake suns up in the sky. Like, bruh, look, man, we're way more advanced than China, but you got to think what we're capable of and what we've been capable of and where everybody else get technology from. It's not what you think.
Now, you don't want to miss this video. So you see the Aurora Borealis, y'all, right? So at this point, they are trying to take the opportunity to remove themselves from this firmament. So I believe they are trying to find a weak point into the Aurora Borealis. Oh, that looks like a solar flare. That looks like an eclipse. Look at that, y'all. Do y'all think they're trying to find a weak point? Do y'all think they're trying to get up on out of here? Let me know what y'all think. Like, share, and follow for more. Let's get it.
Look, you already know what it said, man. It said that they will go into their caves and everything else, or try to look. They're trying to find their way out the goddamn top of this motherfucker. Look, they was down there in that water. That's why NASA started in the water, damn it. And then all of a sudden, y'all interested in the sky. They seen some shit down there. Like, yeah, we gotta. That's the only way up. You know what I'm saying? Like, look. If they scare white people out the water, niggas stay away from the water. Something's obviously down there. You feel me? But look. Nah. On a serious note, man. Look, let me know how y'all thought about this video right here, man. Hopefully, it got to somebody. It made somebody feel better. It encouraged somebody to, want to get up and do something every day and stand in your purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like you deserve to do, so you can receive, the benefits of you being a better version of yourself. And that's what I try to do every day. Just elevate, raise, raise up my vibrations, and also the people around me and how many people I can touch while I'm here. So what's your purpose? What do you stand for? you know, and really sit in your energy and appreciate yourself on a higher level, because you deserve it. You deserve to have everything that you possibly want in life, and only you know you the way that you're supposed to know you. That's bars. You was sitting here knowing who you were. But look, man, I appreciate everybody for tuning in to this video right here, man. And like I said, spread love, because there's too much hate in this world. Love you guys. See you on the next video, and I'm out though. Bye.